If you're a New York Yankees fan or a Washington Nationals fan, you're probably thinking, wow, I can't believe someone made a video dedicated to Nick Johnson. If you're not a Yankees or a Nationals fan, you're probably thinking, who the bleep is Nick Johnson? And this is my point exactly. Nick Johnson was a very good Major League Baseball player, but most fans probably either vaguely remember him or don't remember him at all. If you search for Nick Johnson on YouTube, by my tally, you only find 11 videos that actually feature Nick Johnson. And in total, you can only see Nick Johnson swing a baseball bat 5 times in all of these videos. And among those 11 videos of Johnson, one is a clip of him getting picked off by Pudge Rodriguez in Game 1 of the 2003 World Series, and another is a clip of him breaking his leg in an on-field collision in 2006. This collision injury would keep him out for the entirety of the 2007 season, and that's a pretty good glimpse into why most people don't remember Nick Johnson. He couldn't stay on the field. He got injured. A lot. But when he was healthy, Johnson was an on-base machine. He was sort of a sabermetrics darling before it was cool. He was the kind of player that Jonah Hill and Brad Pitt fantasize about. Let me bless you with some crazy Nick Johnson stats. Are you ready? In Johnson's best season in 2006, he posted a .428 on-base percentage. In the wild card era, in other words, since 1995, only 38 players have posted a single season with at least 600 plate appearances and an on-base percentage of at least .428. Here's the list. This is fairly decent company here. But it wasn't just one good season for Johnson. He got on base at a great clip throughout his entire career. Johnson posted an on-base percentage over .400 in 5 different seasons. Let me say that again. He posted an on-base percentage over .400 5 different times. In the wildcard era, there have only been 27 players who have at least 5 seasons with an on-base percentage over .400. And amazingly, Johnson fell just short of a .400 on base for his entire career, finishing at .399. Among all players who debuted in the live ball era since 1920, with at least 3,000 plate appearances, do you want to guess how many players have finished their career with an on-base percentage of .399 or higher? 44. Yes. Only 43 players in the last 103 years have a career on-base percentage as good as Nick Johnson. Johnson's career on base is a tick above Joe DiMaggio and a tick below guys like Larry Walker, Chipper Jones, Rickey Henderson, and Jim Thome. Sure, he doesn't have the total plate appearances that these other guys have, but these are still crazy numbers. And if you narrow that down to players in just the divisional era, since 1969, Johnson is tied with Jason Giambi for 16th in career on-base percentage. So Nick Johnson is a top 16 on-base guy over the last 54 seasons. Now, let's talk about plate discipline. Johnson's career average in the walks category sat at over 100 walks per 162 games. But he not only drew a lot of walks, he didn't strike out a lot either. Johnson had 5 different seasons where he had more walks than strikeouts. In the wild card era, only 43 players have 5 or more seasons with more walks than strikeouts. Now, Johnson didn't put up the sexy power numbers that attract attention. His highest single-season home run total was 23, and he hit only 95 long balls for his entire career. But he did have pretty decent power. It's not as if he was just standing on first base his whole career. He averaged 34 doubles and 18 home runs per 162 games. Now, let me leave you with one more great Nick Johnson stat. Nick Johnson never made an All-Star game. Nick Johnson also finished his career with an OPS plus of 123, meaning he was 23% better than the average hitter. For all players who have debuted in the wildcard era with at least 3,000 career plate appearances and 0 All-Star appearances, do you want to guess how many players have a career OPS plus better than Nick Johnson? 1. Travis Hafner. That's it. So, you could argue Nick Johnson is one of the best hitters of his generation to never make an All-Star game. Sadly, the baseball universe just didn't bless us with a healthy Nick Johnson very often. He was so plagued by wrist and leg injuries that he only reached 500 at-bats one time in his entire career. And he missed not only 1, but 3 entire seasons to injuries, 2007 and 2011 in the majors, and the entire 2000 season in the minor leagues. The one year he did reach 500 at-bats, again speaking of his 2006 season, he hit 46 doubles, drew 110 walks, and posted a .948 OPS. This is just a glimpse into what could have been for Nick Johnson. If only we could have seen a full season from him a few more times, or maybe 15 or 20 more times, who knows how he would be remembered.